Yes, welcome to Premier League Overtime. We're back for 2017 and we are up and about, no doubt about that. Premier League season is not too far away. Pre-season time is kicking off and a lot of very exciting things happening across this competition as we speak. Sam Tugwell with you here, Dale Fletcher alongside me, and he'll be bringing you overtime coverage throughout the year as well. G'day to you.
G'day mate, how's things?
Fantastic.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I know, a little bit belated. It's been a while since our Christmas show. At least we're not wearing stupid hats this time.
No, that's right.
How are you been and what are we seeing across the competition at the moment? A lot of player movements.
Yeah, a lot of player movements. It's exciting for the competition and new players in new colours and everyone's a championship favourite at this stage of the game, aren't they?
Well, that's always the exciting bit. Let's have a look at who is going and who is coming because... Let's have a look at probably North Adelaide first up. Yep. This is some very, very explosive talent coming straight back into this club. Alex Starling joining his ex-college teammate Arich Miller, who is back at the Rockets. And this is very exciting because he was here 2 years ago, lit the place up, had to go back home, but he's come back again and raring to go for the men.
No, he definitely is. He'll run the point for the Rockets sensationally well, and what 1-2 punch to have Alex Starling under the hoop as well. There will be a fair few alley-oops at Hillcrest, I reckon, this season, but... and also Miller's fresh off. He played in the NBA All-Star weekend in that 3-on-3 comp.
Yes.
So he's in a bit of form. And look out, point guards across the league. You got your hands full.
He's been watched by Shaq and the likes there. But I'll tell you what, here's some other huge news, especially Rockets. They are very happy about this. Coming out of retirement, we announced it last year. Jo Hill finishing up. She's back. She's coming back for 2017. And she's doing a John Farnham. She said she still had something left to offer.
Yeah, well, I said in the Christmas show I hadn't seen a Premier League season without Jo Hill, and we've got one more, maybe 2-3 more.
Well, gee.
I don't know how many comebacks John Farnham had. He had about 15.
He hasn't stopped.
Yeah, but that's a massive get for the Rockets, and it's probably because a few players might have left.
Yes, well, they'll be happy to have her back, of course, playing the tall man. Let's go to Forestville. Majok Deng, probably the most highlighted player heading in to the men's side there. He returning as an Eagle. He's played there as a junior, so good to have him back. Yeah,
no, it was obviously perfect fit for Majok to come back. Had a pretty good year with the 36ers and obviously... back home at Forestville, and gives him a lot of size and a lot of stretch there in the 4 spot. So interesting that they also went with Antonio Garrett as well. He's another forward. So pretty tall, pretty long there out at Wayville.
It's going to be a great looking side, that one. Let's take a look at the Mavericks out east. And Michael Hundley, a 6'10" giant. He is a very big looking man and he's come from Ohio in the US and he's ready to tear it up for the Mavs.
Yeah, well, that's what the Mavs needed. And they need some genuine height, which they wish he was 10'6". Yeah. that would have been interesting. But I've seen photos of Hundley on social media, and yes, he's quite fit, and more dunks again. So it's going to be should have some sort of dunk compilation this year.
We really should.
It's going to be massive.
Did I actually say 10'6"?
Yeah.
Oh dear,
yeah.
6'10". Let's just get that on the record. We're all about stuffing around here on the show. Mike Newell is heading over toward the Southern Tigers. That's a name you don't want to get wrong when you read it on paper. He's from Dallas, Texas, and he was involved with the Tigers over at the Round Ball Rumble, or the River Rumble, should I say, over the weekend, March 4 and 5. They played up there, won that as well. And he'll be joined by 2017's NBL Rookie of the Year. And, of course, as we know, Adelaide 36's very own Anthony Drimmick. This is a very exciting combo.
Yeah, it is. Anthony Drimmick, the Tigers actually... Drimmick was a sought-after signature because he became an unrestricted player. Didn't play enough minutes throughout the NBL season. So once that list come out and Mr. Drimmick was unrestricted, he'd like to think all 10 teams would have rang his agent. But it's... New Wellaway.
Oh, New Wellaway?
New Wellaway.
All right, I have to get that one
in. We'll get that right off the bat because he's a lot bigger than us. So we'll get it's New Wellaway. But that's star-studded. If you had Mr. Creek in with that's the 2, 3, and 4 spot. That's scarily frightening.
Yeah.
For anyone in the competition, I think the champions may have just gotten a little bit better.
Yeah, well, they're defending the title and doing a very good job already of defending that well. Woodville. Let's take a look at the women's side in that regard. Ashley Clarkson from Oregon, and Jennifer Monroe, she's from South Carolina, coming across from the US. Two very strong-looking players. They've got a lot of credentials by their name, by the looks.
Yeah, good. Another good import 1-2 punch, and it's probably what we're going to speak about a lot throughout the season. How both the imports from the clubs actually gel as a combination. Obviously, you give an import guard with a forward, and how they mesh and how they gel is going to be a massive way of how far a team goes. So these two look exactly what the Warriors want and what they need as well, because they had a pretty good import last year, didn't they?
Yeah, but she had to do a lot of the heavy lifting, I think, for them. So it'll be good to have two players who can interchange like that. Central Districts, let's keep moving forward. Tyson Hoffman and Nelson Larkins into the mix.
Yeah, they're back. Nelson's back, and Tyson played a few games for Forestville last year, so obviously their 36ers connection there. They're going to team up there at Central's. All new look team out there at Starplex, because most of the old lines are now Warriors. So a good young looking team, the Centrals. So they'll be one to look out for.
And Norwood, these two girls being a bit of a past history down at the Norwood Flames. Kelsey and Shannon Mackay are heading toward the Flames, and they were part of the 2014 championship team there. Went to North Adelaide and they're now returning, and this is very exciting for them.
Yeah, well, the defending champions again have gotten a little bit stronger. Probably Shannon Mackay, probably the best three-point shooter in the competition. So you add that to a Norwood team, which is just good, and Chelsea Brook, and once again, scarily frightening. So the champions getting better on the women's side as well.
And obviously West Adelaide, your team here, Pat Thomas.
I've got this shirt on.
Oh, okay, so
no
we'll stay unbiased, but Pat Thomas, 6'3" guard, returning to his junior club also, alongside tall Aussie Jordan West, and an import here from Tennessee, which you're very excited about, Dee Oldham.
Yes.
Who's a guard and looking good as of a practice match.
He looked pretty good. Dee played in Jerry Wright's summer league team last year, so he comes with pretty good credentials. 6'3", 6'4", point shooting guard, and can fill it up when he wants to. And but the big one for me is Paddy Thomas, because Bearcats Junior has spent the last 4 years over in college. A lot of Bearcats faithful would say in 2013, leading up to the grand final, he had to leave to go to college, missed the grand final. He was the matchup for Adam Gibson. Yeah. Adam Gibson tore Wester apart that night. Forrestville won the title, so no pressure, Paddy, but defensive specialist right there. So, but he's back, and Jordan West as well is another an Aussie big who's just finished a college stint as well. So. A lot of ins down at Bearcat Land. And
Eva Nodge coming in, and you've also got a Luxembourg specialist.
Yeah, well, Brielle Ward, has been playing in Luxembourg. She's a 6'2" import centre, so exactly what the Bearcats women needed, especially with after Trudy Holland retired after last year's grand final. So maybe, hopefully, for Bearcats fans, Brielle give that extra step up to a championship that we'll soon see.
We're certainly looking forward to that. And Sturt, finally, for our teams and players being announced this week, Sarah Ellsworthy is entering the mix there for the Sabres, straight out of a season from the Lightning. She'll be gathering plenty of experience from there.
Yeah, for sure. And she was one of the rising stars of the WNBL this season, and another one to leave North. So North have really lost a lot of talent there with the Mackay sisters and Sarah Ellsworthy. But that's Sturt's gain, and she was fantastic this year for the Lightning.
Certainly was, and got a whole lot out of it. Let's. You've got a little bit of news here on the import rule, because plenty, as we've just spoken about, lots of players coming from outside the country and outside the competition itself. What have we got in terms of that?
Oh, well, the league's done I think is a fantastic thing this year. It's changed the restricted player rule. In the old days, the good old days, you could have one American player and one NBL or WNBL player. So as we saw last year, Alex Starling, Mitch Creek, that combo. But now the bylaws changed where clubs can go with two imports. So obviously we've listed off all these imports here, and people playing at home would have counted their fingers. Well, hang on, there's a lot of Americans. So each club now can have, or team can have 2 imports. So 4 imports per club, two men, 2 women, if they so desire. Or you could go 2 NBL players if you wanted to, like West did in 2013 with Daniel Johnson and Jason Kadee. You could have went down that road, or 1 of each. Or now you can have 2 American imports, which makes the league so much more exciting. The clubs are recruiting left, right, and centre, and it's going to be a lot of highlights.
No, and it gives us plenty to talk about as well. So I look forward to all this talent entering the competition and making it more and more exciting, as well as all the clubs are bringing some of the juniors through as well, which is always a good thing as well. Hey, let's look forward to the season launch. The season's going to get started soon, and so it will be doing so on March 19th at Wavell Stadium. Take a look. It's from 11 a.m. till 1, so a couple of hours of awesome fun. There's going to be food and drink, some face painting, mate, so you can get your face painted your West colours if you like.
I'll be right.
There was some guest appearances, a whole bunch of giveaways. There'll be entertainment left, right and centre, even jumping castle for the kids if they want to get down there too. So you can even jump up and down on bouncing castle, no?
That's bad memories from my childhood.
Oh, really?
No bouncing castles for me.
What's wrong with the bouncing castle?
No.
Oh, come on.
No, too much
I'll
information.
get on the bouncing castle, don't worry about that. Maybe a bit big for it. Do I have to pass the height thing? Maybe I do.
Yeah.
How about these people who have come on board as well for 2017, just to make this year even bigger and better? The team at New Scope have come through, and they are an internet-based company, and they're giving us a whole bunch of help producing our live stream coverage this year that we're trying to put together across the Premier League competition. We're going to get a handful of games, hopefully live streamed across the internet.
Yeah.
Facebook, YouTube, you name it. We're going to be trying to do a whole bunch there, and so it'll be starting off with the grand final rematch between Sturt and Southern on April 1st, round 1, to kick off the season. So some very exciting times, and great to have New Scope on board.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of clubs sort of started last year. I know when I was living in Townsville, Westies had the Periscope going. Probably not the best quality vision on my TV way up there in far north Queensland, but now with New Scope coming on board, it just makes it so much more exciting for fans. You could be. You could even have it on at work if you have to work on a Saturday night. Just sneak it on the side there so the boss doesn't see. So obviously on mute as well. But it's good for and also good for a lot of the imports that have come in, because they can hit up mum and dad, cousins, brothers and sisters, and they can all sit in the States and watch them live in Australia.
It certainly is. So New Scope helping out Basketball SA, the Premier League competition and Austral Sports all together, combining to put together this coverage. So we're looking forward to that. This year it's going to be very exciting, and mate, it's all getting underway March 19 with the season launch, and then the series, the season itself, starting on April 1. It's not too far away now.
It's not too far away. There's a lot of players that I know that are counting down the days, and April 1st, it's no joke. That's when we start.
It is, certainly is. Look forward to it, mate. Hey, in a week or two we'll be coming back, and we'll be looking at round 1. We'll be previewing all of the basketball this year, each round as we go along here on Premier League Overtime. You and myself, we're going to be doing a whole lot of this, so look forward to our faces and get used to our voices, because you'll be hearing a lot of it. Dale, great to have you on board, mate.
Thanks, mate, and I'll catch you in a couple of weeks. Can't wait for round 1.
Certainly will. All right, we'll catch you then next time here on Premier League Overtime.